So what we want to talk about, I'm going to go ahead and mute you guys, but feel free to unmute yourself if you need to interject. Of course, we'll have questions at the end. I'm going to try to make this quick. I got a lot of information though. Oops, I just muted my own audio. Okay, let me mute you guys. There we go. Wait. Okay. All right. So overcoming objections. The first thing that people are going to want to know is, how much is it? How much is it? How much is it? How much is it? That's what they want to know from the get-go. How much does it cost? You got to remember that you were once this person and you had your own set of objections and questions. You have to remember to be patient with them, and you have to remember to educate people on what they are getting themselves into. Because while the price sticker might seem kind of high, what these customers don't understand is everything they're getting for the price of the challenge pack. And I, like Stephanie has taught me, I always lead with the challenge pack. I don't even give them the other option. I don't give them the option to just order a workout or to just order Shakeology, because the challenge pack really is the best deal. So remember that if they say no, they're not saying no to you specifically. They are rather kind of saying no to themselves, and they'll come back to you. They'll come back to you, especially if they follow their page or they have friends that are in your challenge groups, or they, like a lot of your statuses and stuff like that. They'll come back to you. Most of the time, they always do. And when you are talking to people, it's not an argument. It's not a debate. It's a conversation that you're having. And the conversation should always be more like one-sided, with them doing most of the talking, not you. You want to be asking questions. You want to find out what their goals are. You want to find out what their struggles are. You want to find out what they've tried in the past, what's worked for them, what hasn't worked for them, what other kind of companies and products that they've attempted to lose weight with or get healthier with in the past, and figure out, what didn't work and why. And you can gauge the kind of personality with just a few questions, and that can determine the course of the rest of your conversation. Steph has this great resource called Gyms, and I think that's from Danny Johnson, right? Danny Johnson? Yeah? Okay, so everybody should take that Gyms quiz. I'll post a link of it somewhere following the follow-up link to this, but it's definitely in the Fly Legacy page, just to determine what your gym is, and that's basically like a personality type. Once you figure out what kind of personality you're talking to, then you can slightly alter your way of speaking with them. That's just kind of advanced stuff. I do a lot of like shooting from the hip and just kind of gauging my own way to talk to people and what they're responding to, and then just going from there. But if you're not as like comfortable as like somebody like I am then these Gyms things are like a really strong tool to use. Okay, so back to the objections, the main objections that we hear a lot. Because as you start talking to more and more people, you're going to get more and more objections. That's the bottom line. I mean, the most successful people are the ones that have been told no the most. If you have a small base right now of a list of people that you talk to, then one, you need to widen that list, and two, you just need to get used to hearing no a lot, because, I mean, that's how we're successful. We have to hear no all the time. The people are going to ask you about the money right from the very beginning. You kind of want to like persuade them to give you a little more info before you lay down that price hammer, because you don't want to instantly scare them away, and you don't want to seem like you're trying to sell something and trying to get money out of them, because we're not salespeople in this business. We're coaches. We're people that want to help people. We're not people that want your money, want to know when your payday is, want to know when you're going to order. The challenge pack prices are very reasonable. We know this. Your people will know this too when it's time for them to get that. And if money ever becomes like that big of a deal, and you know that these people are really tight on their money, not just they poorly manage it, but they really are tight on money, then you could always bring up the discount coaching. But that's something to talk about a little bit later. Okay, so come back to the money later, because you don't want to immediately start talking about money when you're talking to people. So the second most objected thing is time. People don't have time. They don't have time to work out. They don't have time to make good coaches. They don't have time to eat clean. Well, to work out, I respond with, there's so many programs now that have 25 to 30-minute workouts, because the science is there that proves that you don't have to work out for 2 and 3 hours a day anymore every day. You can get it done in 25 minutes to a half an hour if you know what you're doing. Are you going to be able to go to the gym and work out for half an hour and get a full body workout? Probably not, because you don't know exactly what you're doing. You're going to have to go and spend a couple hours at the gym because you're not an expert on this. Always some drama in my house. Anyways, but with the Beachbody programs, that they appreciate your time. They appreciate that you've got 30 minutes, 45 minutes, even an hour to work out. So you're going to get the effective workout in that amount of time because they know what they're doing. Okay, bottom line. If you don't have 30 minutes to work out 5 days a week, then you must not want it that bad, period. If you can't wake up an extra half an hour early before you go to work, or if you can't stay up an extra half hour after everybody else goes to sleep, then you don't want it that bad. And do I tell everybody that? No, but I will. You know, if we get to that point, if they just say, I don't have time to do these 30-minute workouts, Jen, I'll call you out on it. Really? How much time did you spend on Facebook today? How long did you play Xbox? You know, how long did you watch SportsCenter without moving from the recliner? Jackson, you can't watch that in here, honey, because I got stuff to do. Ryan, help. Okay. People don't have time. Please don't talk back to me. People don't have time to eat clean. I hear that a lot too. They don't have time to eat healthy. They don't have time to prep meals. Okay, Shakeology, there's your answer right there. It's the ultimate like time saver. At least with like a nutrition dense breakfast, you can set the tone for healthier choices for the rest of the day. Because as you guys know, Shakeology helps curb those crappy food cravings. So what better way to start your day than with Shakeology? And as far as meal prepping goes, you can kind of sell yourself. Whoa, I have like double stuff going on right now as far as the sound. Are you guys hearing doubles?
Yes.
Is there an echo? How do we stop doing that? Hold on. Okay. Nope. Echoing again. Shoot. Let me stop the recording. All right. Okay. So another thing that I always tell people when we're talking about time is part of being in a Beachbody challenge is learning how to prioritize your time better, which includes shortcuts and meal prepping. If they need help in the meal prepping department, you can help them. I mean, you're a coach. That's what you're supposed to do. If you don't meal prep yourself, there's plenty of resources online, on Google, and tons of Facebook pages about meal prepping. So if you don't know what you're doing, Google it and help these people out. It'll save you time and money, you know, in the long run. Everybody can benefit from meal prepping 1 or 2 days a week. So let your people know that you can help them learn how to do that. I emphasize a lot, like, about being in a challenge group, being in one of my challenge groups. We talk about meal planning. We talk about we talk about meal planning. We talk about meal prepping. We talk about grocery lists and how to maximize the dollar. So you kind of want to like not sell, but you kind of want to highlight all the great things about being in a challenge group while you're talking about that kind of stuff. Okay. Next objection. I don't have time to coach. How do I fit that in my busy day? Most people don't have all day to work on coaching. You have a full-time job, you have 2 part-time jobs, you have kids, you have school, you have a family, you have a commute, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The easiest solution is Power Hour. Tell your prospective coaches that we've got this great little program that we use called Power Hour. You figure out how many days a week you can devote to this business based on how far and how fast you want to go with it, and divide your time into power hours. It's 20 minutes of outgoing, which is social media posting, messaging people, calling people, leaving voicemails, sending texts. Then you have 20 minutes of follow-up, That's responding to messages, touching base with people from your list you haven't talked to in a while, inviting to challenge groups, coaching webinars, happy hour, whatever, just getting with people. You can do it at a bar. I mean, I'm never opposed to that. 20 minutes to round out the 60 to plan, and then personal development. So get your goals on paper, get your dates in the calendar, listen to a webinar or a training opportunity, read one of the several recommended books for succeeding in this business. GoPro is one. Danny Johnson has all kinds of books out. One's for scripts. I'm going to get that one because I keep hearing all kinds of great stuff about it. So there's tons and tons and tons of resources. On all of our team pages, there's all this personal development. If you find yourself with an extra 30 minutes, do something, do some online learning. It will help you. It will help you. You can never not know enough about this business. Okay, next objection. I don't want to drink my meals. People are always like, I don't want to replace all my meals with shakes. I like real food, blah, 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 blah. That's because some of the other companies, Visalis and, well, I'm not going to say their names, but some of the other companies, they want you to sub 2 meals a day. Breakfast and lunch, or breakfast and dinner, or lunch and dinner, whatever, with these shakes. In my opinion, I could never be one of those people that lost 70 pounds doing that, because I need to eat more than one, or I need to eat. I need food. I need real food. I don't know what's going on in this, some person over here that's like moving around like crazy, Tasha maybe, but I have to like change this over. Hold on one second. Okay. All right. So now I'm not seeing that. Okay. Okay, stop moving. Okay. Hi. Okay. Okay, I don't want to drink my meals. Okay, you don't want to drink your meals. Do you eat 6 square meals a day? Do you? No? What about 3? No? Okay, maybe you should drink at least 1. That way you know you're getting beyond what you can get out of a drive-thru, and for less money too. Oh, you're not hungry in the morning? You don't like to eat first thing in the morning? Are you thirsty? No? Liar. Everybody's thirsty in the morning. Drink a Shakeology. God. People that say they don't want to drink their meals, give me a break. I eat plenty, but Shakeology is seriously the most important meal of the day because it's got everything in there and it tastes great. I mean, what, you can't say enough about this stuff. All right, next objection. I'm so out of shape. Yes, I hear this a lot. I'm so out of shape. I don't know how I'm going to keep up. Everybody else in the group, I'm like, no. Everybody else in the group is in all levels of fitness. Nobody is at the top of their game, or we wouldn't be in challenge groups, period. We all start somewhere. I wasn't exactly the pinnacle of health when we started this thing either. I was still 40 pounds overweight. I smoked a pack of cigarettes a day, drank like a fish on the weekends, still like gorge myself with food whenever I could. You know, we all started somewhere. This has changed me. It can change you too. There's several programs that start with the basic moves and are progressive workouts that increase in difficulty as you increase in strength. You're not alone. People in my challenge groups are not a bunch of fitness models, and neither am I. I have a gut, a jiggly booty. We're all striving to be better and healthier for ourselves and our families. I have challengers that have over 100 pounds to lose. I also have coaches on my team with big weight loss goals too. One of the best things about being a coach is the accountability to your team and yourself in your challenge groups. The best thing about coaching for me is keeping other people on track keeps me on track, you know? So that could be something that you could tell, like, somebody that's really gung-ho about this whole thing, but maybe isn't comfortable in their own skin. Like, how could I possibly coach people if I'm still a work in progress myself? That's the work in progress. People make the best kind of coaches, period. Okay, next one. I don't like workout DVDs. Hey, I didn't like workout DVDs either, is what you can say. They were repetitive, they were boring, wasn't enough variety. The difference between the Beachbody workouts and what you can get at the $5 bin at Wally World is that they are complete programs, not just 30-day shreds or Pilates for abs or, you know, whatever cheesy other names they have. It's the complete series. It's not just 5 workouts or 4 workouts. The top trainers in the world are doing these things, and the workouts you won't get bored with. I didn't like the workout DVDs either because I hadn't found the right ones yet. And then I moved to Iowa and was snowed in for like 4 months and just kept getting fatter. So I learned to love some DVDs, and you will too. You just got to find the right ones. Next objection. I already have a gym membership. How's that working out for you? Are you going at least 4 or 5 times a week? What's that costing you in gas? Time away from your family? I'm all about some gym time, especially for a specialty class or some super heavy, hardcore weightlifting. But I can assure you, you can get in some awesome shape in your living room and not have to go anywhere. People with the gym memberships, if that's an objection really, then why are you having this conversation with them? Obviously, the gym membership isn't working out for them, or they would have already met their goals. So the gym membership one, I always say to people, how's that working out for you? And that's just kind of like me shooting my mouth off, and might not work for you, but that's exactly what I say to people. Next, clean eating is gross. It's expensive. It's hard. You hear all kinds of stuff. I don't like vegetables. Healthy eating is so expensive. All right. Organic food costs so much money. I don't have it at my grocery store. Da, 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 da. I tell people, don't focus on the 100% everything organic until you're at your goal weight. Then you can afford to worry about eating all organic foods. Right now, you work on fresh. Don't worry about organic yet. Work on fresh. It's not gross. It's not expensive, and it's not hard. Ask your people. Tell me, what do you like that's healthy? Get them talking. What do they like? Oh, I'll eat salad. Okay, great. That's one thing. I like potatoes. Well, awesome. What do you think about sweet potatoes? How often do you guys eat out? How often do you eat at a restaurant? Are your kids picky eaters? Why do you think that is? What do you typically have for dinner on weeknights? What about weekends? Can you cook? What's your favorite food? Get them talking. And then kind of as like a little zinger, I always say $10 in fresh produce can make you 5 meals for 4 people. $10 of packaged bullshit can feed you once and give you gas. I mean, bottom line, period. Spend it one way or spend it the other, healthy or gross. There's plenty of resources out there about clean eating meal plans, clean eating recipes, clean eating for dummies, clean eating for meat eaters, clean eating for, gluten-free people. There's the resources are endless. Just Google it. If you ever have a problem and you're talking to somebody and you don't know what to say, instead of like posting it on a coach message board and expecting an answer, just Google it really quick. You'll come up with an answer. I mean, they can wait an extra minute for you to go and Google something. Which brings me to my next one, like medical problems, medical issues. There's all kinds of medical issues, and no, we're not medical professionals. And yes, the advice is always talk to your doctor and then come back to me after after you talk to your doctor, come back to me. Well, chances are they're not going to talk to their doctor, or they're not going to come back to you. They don't need to ask any questions about Shakeology, really, honestly. I mean, it's good to say, I would talk to your doctor about it, but there's nothing bad in Shakeology unless they have like a specific allergy to a specific ingredient. It's fine for breastfeeding. It's fine for celiacs. It's fine for pregnant women. It's fine for this. It's fine for that. It's fine for this. It's fine for that. And again, Google it. Google Shakeology and whatever they're coming up with. Throw in YouTube in that Google search, and I guarantee you there's YouTube video about somebody that has endometriosis or type 2 diabetes or skeletal scar cancers, Sonoma, blah, 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 and Shakeology. I guarantee you there's video on YouTube about it. So Google it. Open up another tab and Google it while you're talking to the person, and I bet you can find an answer and say, I don't know. I didn't go to medical school, but this is what I know about this person. And then give them that. And of course, this is just me talking. You need to talk to your doctor, but I can assure you, this is what I know about this person. And they're a coach, or they're a customer, or they won $500 doing the Beachbody challenge, whatever. Okay, next one. I'm shy. I'm not a salesperson. This is like an objection for coaching. You don't have to be a salesperson. It's okay if you're shy. this business isn't about selling. It's about sharing. It's about being a product of the product and getting excited about your results. You don't have to be a social butterfly or social media maven to like excel in this. You just have to have the desire to help people live healthier lives and know a couple of little tricks of the trade as far as posting on social media and talking to people, and then you can be successful. There's a million resources out there on this topic, social media skills and talking to people. There's scripts galore in our team pages, in the files. I mean, all you have to do is look. The resources are there. The stuff you need to say is there. It is literally spelled out for you what to say when you're talking to people. So the whole I'm shy, I'm not a salesperson, I get all the time from people that I talk to about coaching, but I'm not like you. I don't have that big personality like you do. I'm like, yeah, and that's fine. I don't expect you to. If the world was full of like loud, obnoxious Jen Jones type personalities, like it would be crazy and not cool at all. If there was full of us, not cool. So it's good that you're not like me. Good. I'm not for everybody, believe it or not. Okay, next objection, last objection, the money. This is what everybody is concerned about, the money. Okay, $150 to $220 is a chunk of change that nobody wants to come off of. It's a big chunk of change, right? It could be like half your paycheck, depending, if you work at Walmart or something. But once you educate these folks on what they get in Challenge Pack, that turns out to be a really good deal, right? You ordered one, so did I. It's a good deal. Everything is risk-free, even Shakeology. It's bottom of the bag guarantee. It's made from the best stuff on the planet. Nothing else on the market compares. You want to know why some of the other stuff is cheaper? Because it's cheaper. Period. The Team Beachbody Club membership, you get to try out for free for 30 days. There's a huge network of people on there. You can talk to them in chat rooms. Get your internet creeper on really big time in there if you want to, if that's what you're into. They've got all these recipe plans, meal plans with custom meal plans with all these recipes. It's tons of information, tons. So I mean, they have to understand that they're getting Shakeology guaranteed. They're getting that club membership, and they're getting this whole workout program that they get to keep forever. And if they don't like any of it, they can send it back. No questions asked. They get their money back, full refund. And the best part is they get you as their coach. They get you as their biggest resource. It's a good deal. And really, at this point, if they keep throwing up objections, then they're just not ready. But keep them on a list. Always keep a running list, and you can come back to them later, because I've been at this for a year now, and I have people that come back over and over again. Over and over again, they come back. And sometimes they order, and sometimes they don't. Sometimes they'll talk about it some more, and then they still won't order. But, whatever. It's all good. All right, I think that's all I have. I'm going to open it up to you guys for some questions. Oh, hold on, I lost you. Hold on. There we go. All right. How do I unmute everybody? Oh, I just muted myself.
I unmuted myself.
Okay.
It's in the bottom left-hand corner. We can unmute ourselves.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so if you have anything to say, unmute yourselves. Okay, so whatever was going on, Tasha, on yours was like distracting the hell out of me, because I had the video over here on this screen, like on my other side, and I kept seeing it out the corner of my eye, like, whoa. Okay, any questions, anybody?
You did an awesome job, that's for sure.
Good. I hope I gave you guys some fresh ideas on what to say to people.
Yes, I wrote them down.
Because I have this all written down too. Like I told you, I'm so organized now thanks to Google Drive. So I'll post that. Yeah, Google Drive. So I'll post that where I post these. Because it's definitely not in the traditional sense of overcoming objections. Because I did watch some YouTubes and I did read some stuff that I found on Team Beachbody, and I didn't say any of that.
Well, my thing is, I'm not a salesperson, I'm a shares person. Like I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm just sharing what I know.
Good.
That's all I can do.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you can do. People want people want to know that you're a real person too, not just like an ad generator. You know, there's plenty of those on the internet already. People that just all they do is post. Like plenty of coaches just post a picture of something and then say my next group is starting. And these are the same coaches that have to give away like a $50 gift card every time somebody orders a challenge pack. It's like, really? Are you that desperate? Like you should probably check the way you're doing business. Because if you changed a few things up, then you wouldn't have to bribe people with gift cards to order stuff, you know?
Right.
But, I don't know.
I learned, well, one of the webinars I watched recently that stuck out to me was, I think Mindy Wender said, just be helpful.
Yeah.
Like, even if it's not, you know, even if helping them right now isn't helping them with the challenge pack, just being helpful. Like, I've helped somebody with their homework for school, and I'm just like, okay, whatever I can do. And I've totally taken that approach, which is hard because we're humans and we're like, you know, I have these goals and whatever, but, and you know, anything I can do to help. And I have this girl taking ACE, but she likes it. Like, I'm not here to sell you on whatever. She likes Shakeology too. She'll figure it out. I'm just trying to help her get healthy. Like, yeah. It's a tough pill to swallow too. Like, it's not me, it's you. But yeah, that whole Mother Teresa aspect definitely gets you far.
Yeah, and
really.
I think like every for me it's been like every 3 or 4 months. Like I feel like my business is gonna probably like kind of stall in March and early May just because it's been so big lately that I'm already like setting up for I'm already like anticipating that. I don't know if it is or not, but I'm just kind of preparing for it just in case it is. It probably won't. But
if you slack off, then about a month or two later, your business will drop off. But if you don't slack off and if you just continually keep talking to people or progress higher, you'll never have a lull.
Yeah, that's why I'm just kind of preparing for the what if. So which is what I'm going to do with this like shredding for the wedding challenge is kind of do it as like a free group and get like 30 to 40 people in it just as like an accountability group and run it like the whole entire 2014 just so I have all these new random people that aren't necessarily ordering stuff from me yet but are gonna be in a group and know like what it's like to be in a group, and they're going to see some of us that are drinking the Shakeology. They're eventually going to order it because they always do. They're going to want to work out when they don't want to get in their car and go to the gym. They're going to want to home workout after they see the great results that we're getting. So I'm kind of like preparing for the summertime to have people in a group. So that's like, you know, a good idea is to always do like a free accountability group to get new customers, you know, from. That to me is overcoming an objection. Okay, you don't want to spend the money right now. I have this free group that's going on. It's a bunch of random people it's not it's not a focus challenge group, but it's an accountability group. I try to make it seem like my focus challenge groups are like more bang for your buck, whereas an accountability group is just what I say it is. It's an accountability group because I will like spend more time in the focus group than I will the accountability group. Or it just that sounds really good saying it out loud, doesn't it?
Yes. I didn't know how to word it, but I tell them like if I'm absent, it's because the people who have done the workout and the Shakeology together are getting more of my time because I am their coach that they get with that package.
Yeah.
Here I'm just helping you get organized or whatever because I've done a few of the free groups myself. I wanted to say too, when you were talking about driving to the gym, like I always tell them, like, I don't know about you, but it creeps me out to drive home with my sweat dried on myself. Like, I hate that feeling. So, like, when I'm at home, I can just get in the shower and it's done deal. Like, ugh, gross. So gross. I always tell them that, and they're like, you're weird. But, you know, it sinks in.
I just want to add that, like, none of this is going to fall into your lap. Like, people aren't just going to see you have a fitness page and say, oh, look, they have a fitness page. Let me contact them and order some Beachbody stuff and lose 50 pounds and then win a bunch of money. Like, it doesn't work like that. You have to be constantly sharing your experience with it, you know, sharing your, not making posts about sales, just making posts about what you're doing, what you're eating, stuff that makes you funny, stuff stuff that motivates you, you know, kind of overcome because I have all the people that I talk to are good. They say to me like, I know you don't like complainers. And I'm like, no, I mean, it's not that I don't like complainers. I just have that kind of personality where I don't really put up with complaining. Like they know who you are from following you online, you know, so they know what they're getting themselves into. So if you can be in a conversation with them, you're already there, you know, you just got to like seal the deal, really. What are you talking shit about over there, Jeremy?
He's mad at his phone because it won't open with his fingerprint.
Oh, it's so techie. Is it an iPhone?
Yeah. One other thing is not to take it personally if somebody doesn't want. I mean, I'm going to use Bree as an example because Bree was one of the very first people I ever talked to, and I signed up to be a coach in November of 2012. And when did you join? Was it May or June? Oh no, you're muted.
Here I am. I did my first challenge group in February because I was like, blah, blah, blah. I've been doing Beachbody forever. And then I needed you because I fell off the wagon. And then I signed a coach in May. So I think you asked me in like March or April. March, probably. I was like, no way.
Yeah, so you can't take it personally. I mean, it was on Bree's time. It was when she was ready. It was, you know, it was up to her. I'm just the messenger, and it was completely up to her when she was ready.
Yeah, I've had like nobody like instantly sign up except for this dude today. Like he contacted me yesterday and now he's like signing up to be a coach like right now. I'm like, sweet. His name's Timmy. Yeah,
I wanted to pipe in for the newer coaches because when I heard about the free 5-day challenge or the free anything, I was like, what the hell? Like that is why am I going to give something away free when my goal is to do fill in the blank? But A, just trust people who've done it. It does work. And yep. B, my favorite line lately to use, like if I'm selling somebody even one packet of Shakeology, if I'm doing anything interactive with them and we're touching base and I'm forming them, I'm like, I really like to keep organized and keep track of who I'm helping. And the way that I do that is on my Beachbody website. So can you do me a favor? They'll say, oh, what? And I ask them, can you go to, I'll send them my Team Beachbody link and ask them to just create a free account, because then I know that they're there, we're logged in together. And then, you know, if they get a wild hair one day and they're like, oh, I'm totally going to order the T25 challenge pack, it's there and I don't have to do the whole awkward, like, what's your account, what's your order number, whatever. Like, they're already linked to you. And then you can keep track of them. I mean, however you organize yourself.
Yeah, that's a good point. Always try to get them to sign up, especially if you do the free groups and stuff. Absolutely. Okay, I think that's it. They're gonna kick us out of here for not paying for Zoom or whatever. But hopefully I can figure out how to get this thing posted.
Well, somebody needs to sign up for next week.
I thought Jeremy was doing next week.
I think you're a couple weeks, aren't you?
Yeah, I was not till like the 20th, a month from today.
Yeah, Jeremy doesn't like to do anything too soon.
I don't care. I can do it. I can do it next week, but
let me talk to Victoria Shively. She might have something to talk about.
Okay, sounds good.
You girls always have something.
Anybody.
Or I could do one, but I don't know what I would talk about.
That's fine too. I have the
Stephanie, you're listed as being next week.
See? That's what I said.
Yeah, what about the navigating the back office one?
I'm next week?
Yeah, you're next week.
There's a blank spot there, so I just went to the next blank spot.
Never mind, just kidding. Okay, somebody needs to sign up after Jeremy.
That'll be